The new Nissan Leaf, featuring a 62 kWh battery, has approximately 40 km more range in the basic version than in premium trims due to the higher weight of the more luxurious models. Meanwhile, Nissan also updated their US strategy with regards to Rapidegate. Modesty pays, it appears, as the latest CRB report concludes that the basic version of a 2019 Nissan Leaf with a new larger battery is about 33 kg lighter than the higher trims, thus leading to a range of 585 km. While the Californian authority tests the range of electric cars using the Urban Dynamometer Driving Schedule (UDDS), the national EPA has not made its official ruling of the latest Leaf model yet, so the numbers are preliminary at this point. However, as a rule of thumb, you can expect the EPA range rating to be around 70% of that specified by the UDDS, so that would result in a range of about 410 km for the basic version of the Leaf, while the more equipped electric vehicles will go about 370 km. So much for the long-range models, but there is also the basic version using the standard 40 kWh battery. While Nissan does not offer liquid cooling for any power packs, the 40 kWh version was plagued by issues with thermal management when being fast-charged in quick succession last year. Nissan reacted by developing a software update to deal with the issue without having to add hardware reportedly. While the update is currently offered in Europe, Nissan will not approach Nissan Leaf drivers in the US, according to a report by Clean Fleet. Nissan Prairie man Jeff Wandel further clarified that there is no update available in the States because customers had complaintless or did not experience issues with rapid charging. It remains to be seen whether the software will have the desired effect, particularly for the long-range version of the Nissan Leaf electric car, as older versions already include the update. At the same time, Nissan has announced that their software update to deal with the Rapidegate charging issues, where HPCs showed significant drop in charging speeds after multiple uses, will not be rolled out in the USA. The reason for this is simply that US American customers apparently don't use the feature as much as Europeans. Nissan said, "The vast majority of our US customers don't use multiple fast charging procedures in any single day, so they are not affected by the charging safeguard feature on the new Leaf." Leaf customers who expect to consistently use fast charging procedures more than twice per day for extended distance driving, we would suggest they contact their local Nissan dealership for advice on how to get the best out of their Leaf under these exceptional driving scenarios, for US American long-distance EV drivers. The issue mainly has been found with multiple high-speed charging processes in the same day, which does not affect most drivers. However, the issue does not shine a positive light on EV charging as a matter of convenience. Newly produced versions of the vehicles will generally feature the software update, which helps regulate the cooling process in the battery during charging.
In less than a week, Subaru's assembly plants in Japan's Kano Prefecture are back up and running. Subaru announced on Monday that it has restarted production at two of its Japanese plants, following a 12-day shutdown. The plants combine to produce the majority of Subaru's vehicles, including the Crosstrek, Forester and Impreza, some of which are imported to the US. The automaker was able to restart its plants after it developed a countermeasure for a power steering defect. Subaru announced last week that it had shut down two plants on January 16, after it discovered a problem that may cause vehicles to lose power steering. At the time, it expected to have the plants up and running by January 28, and it met that goal. However, it's still unclear what part caused the defect, and how the new part addresses that. Subaru buyers in the US shouldn't face any recalls. after the shutdown was announced, a spokesperson for Subaru in the US said that approximately 10,000 examples of the Crosstrek and Forester may be affected, but none of the affected units have even reached dealers yet. Thus, any necessary fix will be implemented before the vehicles are put on sale. Vehicles manufactured at Subaru's plant in Indiana are unaffected. In 2017, Subaru's plants were hit with a different kind of problem. Late that year, the automaker admitted to decades of flawed inspections. The inspections, which were for Japanese market vehicles, were done using employees who were not actually authorized to do the inspections. Some vehicles were recalled for subsequent inspections by authorized personnel.
Cute utes should have cute names, and Nissan hits the mark with its new kicks. What were Honda and Toyota thinking with snoozers like HR-V and CHR? Nissan's subcompact crossover hit dealerships last spring, a replacement of sorts for the slow-selling Juke. Sales through October of last year, 13,576, already topped Juke's numbers for all of 2017. Kicks takes a more traditional approach to the popular genre, but with 5 two-tone paint schemes like orange and black, it retains a strong fun factor. Nissan says the newcomer is aimed at urban dwellers seeking expressive styling, affordability, personal technology and safety. That's a fair statement. Its small footprint came in handy, letting me squeeze in as bargain hunters jammed the streets at a nearby estate sale. At 25.3 cubic feet, cargo space is larger than you'd expect, and above average for the class. Juke just had 10.5 cubes. The only caveat is that the second row doesn't fold flat, so there is a 5-inch step up to the added space. As for affordability, 2019 stickers start at $19,535, including destination. For the decently equipped SFYI, there are no significant changes for 2019 except a slight price bump. Even so, Kicks is at the low end of the subcompact price field along with the popular Jeep Renegade. Kia Soul, smaller but taller and less fuel efficient, undercuts both. By comparison, many direct competitors start around $21,000, not much less than Kicks mid-grade SV. Kicks may be cute, but it doesn't have a big kick on the highway. Acceleration is adequate, not quick but not slowest in the pack. Power comes from 1.6-liter 4-cylinder rated at 122 horsepower. All-wheel drive is not available, sticking with the urban vehicle theme. If zippiness delivers your kicks, Hyundai Kona is a good option. But there's a trade-off. Kicks is rated at 33 miles per gallon in combined city highway driving, compared to Kona at 30. Another option for fuel-conscious drivers is Kia Niro, a hybrid rated between 43 and 50 mpg, but costing a few thousand more. Nissan does a great job with seats, and Kicks is no exception. There's a lot more legroom up front than in many small and mid-size vehicles. Rear seats are comfortable with enough legroom for adults depending on how the front buckets are adjusted. And speaking of those buckets, they are very supportive and comfy. The infotainment system isn't fancy, but that helps make it easy to use. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard on the SV. A Bose audio system is an option on the top-line SR model. Another reason to recommend the SR is that you get the helpful blind spot monitor, automatic emergency braking and rear cross-traffic alert.
No, this isn't the all-new STI whose arrival we have been awaiting so anxiously. scrapping instead yet another upgrade to the current model. But we will say it's an interesting one, a limited edition with more power, a wider track, and upgraded suspension elements. Finally, in a somewhat ironic touch considering how long the STI was denied to the US market, it'll be sold exclusively in America. Subaru is touting the 2019 STI S209. It follows S201 through S208 versions sold only in Japan, as the first STI-crafted S-Line performance vehicle sold in the United States. The car's improvements start with a 2.5-liter Boxer 4, which gets a bigger, boostier turbo, forged pistons and con rods, a high-flow intake, bigger injectors, a burlier fuel pump, and freer flowing mufflers. Coolest of all is the intercooler's external water spray system, operated by a button on the steering wheel. Horsepower is estimated at 341, 31 more than the standard 2019 STI and 36 more than the non-RA 2018 cars. Subaru didn't specify a torque figure, but it did promise a 10% bump at 3,600 RPMs. The chassis gets updates as well, starting with a 0.6-inch wider track and wide body sheet metal that makes the S209 1.7 inches broader of beam than a standard STI. Also of note are stiffer springs, upgraded Bilstein dampers, a 0.8-inch rear anti-roll bar, upgraded bushings, and a handful of stiffening braces and bars, plus specially developed 265/35 Dunlop GT600A summer tires wrapping 19-inch BBS wheels. Subaru says, it all adds up to more than 1.00 G of lateral grip. Naturally, the S209 has styling tweaks and badges to distinguish it from ordinary STIs. Only two color combinations, World Rally Blue with gray wheels and Crystal White with gold, will be offered. Subaru says it will build around 200 units of the US exclusive car. Pricing must wait until near the on-sale date in late 2019, but the S209 pseudo-predecessor, the $50,000 Type RA, likely provides a guide. The S209 may not be the new generation STI we've been waiting for, but it should keep us plenty amused until that one shows up.